to clear thinking.
When you're deaf, your hands are your main tools of communication. Thoughts, wishes, intentions can be passed from one person to another through sign language. The kids in this group all hear perfectly fine, but Sydney Page and her friends still want to learn to sign.
Nobody thinks about it, but it's something that's used in a lot of people's lives because, it's in the United States. There's people at my church, I'm sure there's people at schools. They just need it, and it makes them feel involved.
The youngsters have been at it just a few weeks, but they've already learned to sign the alphabet and numbers up to 100, as well as reciting the 4-H pledge by hand. It's a 4-H program put together by UT Extension in Henderson County, where leaders saw a chance for young people to learn a potential career skill, as well as help the deaf in their community.
It is. It's building a lot of confidence. It's building self-esteem. And it's a unique technique that not many people in their classrooms can do. So they can go and say, hey, look what I can do, and spell their name out and make them feel good about themselves.
I understand sign. It's a claim about 500,000 Americans can make, the deaf and the people who care enough about them to learn this skill. Jennifer Autry teaches the 4-Hers. She does sign language for her church, presenting the sermon to the hearing impaired. Autry says learning any new language is a challenge, and sign can be tough. It's not as simple as assigning an action to each word. You have to form sentences and complete a message through movement.
Some of them make sense. And when you do a sign for a particular word, you go, oh, I see where that one came from. Other words are a little harder to remember because there's no rhyme or reason as to where that sign came from. So I think it just depends on what topic you're learning.
Sign language to me is really important because, like Miss Jennifer was saying, it's kind of hard if somebody's deaf. You need to understand them and communicate with them.
Understanding and reaching out, gestures of goodwill, and a way for these youngsters to connect with the hearing impaired in their hometown. After all, hands are one of the 4-H's, here communicating in a language that speaks to caring. This is Charles Denny reporting.